50 is your normal weight. You're absolutely fine.
Sub-salt.
Here we go.
I just joined your group, by the way.
Hang on a minute.
I just joined Hello Thailand, okay?
Give us a bit of a... Morning everyone. Occasionally we like to share, I don't know, the more mundane side of our life, and the reason being is because if I can help anyone, I will do, in any respect I can. And this health thing that we sort of like follow, I really want to share it with other people, and it's up to you if you decide you want to experiment with it or give it a try. But Pook and I decided that we were going to do a 2-day fast, 48-hour fast. We always do the intermittent fasting, pretty much every single day. We'll stop eating at a certain time of the day, towards the end of the day, like late afternoon, early evening, and then we won't eat for 16 hours. That's the intermittent fasting. Pretty much every day we do that, and most of that time you're asleep anyway, so it's easy. But on top of that, we'll occasionally do a longer one. We'll do a 48-hour fast. I'm just watching a cat go around the wall there. It's chasing something. I was just watching that cat there. Look, I started doing a video and the little white cat turned up. Anyway, so we'll usually always do... Hello, Pookie. Good morning. Come and say hello to everyone. There she is. You watch. There's the camera. That's the monitor. Okay. So I'm just explaining about the fast that we just done.
Okay.
And how good it makes you feel, doesn't it? And the effect it has on your life.
Yeah.
So the 16-hour fast we do pretty much every day, don't we?
Yeah.
But every now and then we'll do a longer fast, 24-hour fast, 48-hour fast.
And 72.
Yeah, and rarely do we do a 72. But so this time we went in to do a 48-hour, 2-day.
Yeah.
We decided we were going to do a 2-day fast.
Day one's okay. Day 2 you start hungry.
Yeah, day 2's the hardest.
Day 3
isn't
is
it?
okay.
But no, it worked out all right. And I did the day 2, and I know now that once you get through day 2, day 3 is easy. And so I decided to do a day 3. You had to go and do some things with your mum yesterday, and it's a bit difficult when you're out with your mum not eating, isn't it? So Pook did the 48 hours, the 2-day fast. I continued until this morning, and so I've had 3 days without any food at all. All I do, typical routine, apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning. We both take a couple of supplements, don't we? Both take apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning, and coffee. So throughout the fast you can drink as much black coffee as you want, as much water as you want, green tea, you can keep drinking that as well. And that sort of like sees you through that difficult period on the second day. But are you going to do that?
Yeah.
So the reason for these longer fasts is something called autophagy, and what that is your body, it goes into a state when you're fasting that it starts to repair cells. So dead cells, good cells, take over the bad cells, and it replaces those bad cells with good. They regenerate, and there's scientific evidence out there that how good it is for you. So intermittent fasting, you get a small amount of that kicking in, that cell replacement. 48 hours, it starts to kick in big time. 72 hours, 3-day fasting, it's on full steam ahead. It's really going for it. So just doing that every now and then. In fact, we've agreed we're going to do the 48-hour fast once a month now, aren't we? So every day we're going to be doing the intermittent 16-hour fast. Once a month, 48-hour fast. And if we do the 48-hour fast, I don't think it's going to be difficult for me to do the
you get used to it, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So that's all it was. I just wanted to start our day sharing that with you. Oh, the other thing is weight loss. Incredible for weight loss, isn't it? You'll get some people saying, yeah, but that's water loss. No, it's not. I'm drinking water all day long. I'm not dehydrating at all. And so are you, aren't you? So weight loss. You want to talk about weight loss, or is it something ladies don't like to talk about? What's your ideal weight, Pookie?
Well, I'm 50, but when we do fasting, I always lost 2-3 kilos.
So what are you down to today?
46.9.
46.9. And you were eating yesterday?
Yeah.
What were you after the 48 hours? Did you look?
47.
47?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. So Pook's ideal weight is 50.
So you come back today?
And she's come down. But the thing is, it's easier to adjust your weight up than it is to come down.
Yeah.
Those people are really big.
But again, this is not about, I'm not trying to lose weight.
No, it's not about weight loss. No, not at all. You don't need to.
No.
At 50 is your normal weight. You're absolutely fine.
Salt.
Here we go. So, and my ideal weight is, in between...
72.
Well, no, that's not my ideal weight. I'm usually like 73, aren't I? My weight fluctuates between 71... 72.
72 to 74.
74, yeah. So 73 is about right. This morning, after 3 days fasting, I'm down to 71. 71.
Congratulations.
I'm going to go down
You
to
can have
Padangul.
timbering.
Well, I'm going to steam into my full. Well, it won't be a full scale breakfast because I haven't got mushrooms
You
or
can
anything
have
like
4
that.
eggs
But I'm going
this
to have my regular breakfast this morning. Loads of eggs, loads of protein, cottage cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get going and have my breakfast. So please have a look at it. Do a bit of research online, and it can only benefit from it.
We just want to share, that's all. We're not telling you what to do.
No, you can't.
No.
Okay, shall we get started on breakfast?
You're talking like you're expert.
We're not experts, no, we're not.
No,
but we've done a lot of research on it.
Our experience.
Yeah, and we know what works for us, and it works for a lot of our friends now.
Yeah.
Loads of our friends are doing this now, and they're really doing well, exceptionally well. Their health is
Okay.
coming back to good.
Have breakfast, and then we got people to meet up this morning.
Oh yeah, we're going out first thing. Okay, that's it. We're going to get on with breakfast.
See you.
Good morning.
Good
Come
morning
on.
again.
Come with me. I'm taking you out. Special
you.
treat. Fast is finished. I think I was pointing up to the sky then. Good morning.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Yeah, fast is finished, and we're meeting some friends over here at Mug Cafe. This is our regular now for meetings and just popping out for a coffee, and they're open quite late. Good morning. Sawadee Krap. Look at that beautiful
This is
top.
called ขนมครก
Kanom Krop. These are beautiful. Very, very nice. Wow. So yeah, we come over here. Hold on a minute, baby, before we go in. We're meeting up with some friends. Rich and his wife.
พี่หวาน
P1. Okay. We're meeting up with some friends. Known Rich for probably, he was one of the first people I knew here in Thailand.
Yeah.
And he's just retired recently, and he's living here full time now.
Yes
Let's go and see him, shall we?
Okay
Hi everyone, we're here in Mug again, and we did that little short intro as we came in, so probably everyone knows where we are anyway.
Yeah.
But this lady here is Pook, and this is P1.
พี่หวาน
That's Richie's wife. Now, let me introduce you to Richie. You carry on with your conversation, ladies. We don't want to disturb you. We're going to have a chat. So, as I said, Rich, he was probably one of the first guys I knew here in Thailand. Now, I'll let Rich explain. His memory is much better than mine, I think. And he can remember how we met and how our friendship started. Was it about 5 years ago? Must be about 5.
It was before COVID. It was when you started
We
your
came
group,
here
the
2019.
Yeah.
2019, and that was just before COVID. And then, we knew each other from then. So probably about 5 years ago. Go on, fill us in with the details.
A very good friend of mine, he calls himself Andrew LX, who lives in Bangkok. And I'd known him for quite a while on Facebook. And he came across this brand new group. It was only a few days old, called the Isan Farang.
There you go.
And he sent me an invite from that group.
Yeah.
And that was how you and I met. That was how we got to know each other.
Okay.
And within a few months, I was in Thailand on holiday with my wife.
Yeah.
And I contacted you on Messenger and asked if you'd like to meet. And because we live in the same city, in the same district. Yeah, so that was how we met.
That was how we first met then, yeah. You see, so much has happened in that short period of time.
Hasn't
It
it
really
just?
has, yeah. So before we get going, Rich, you've got quite a big presence on social media. Tell us about the groups that you're involved in and what you run and mediate. Tell us about your groups.
Well, probably most people who are familiar with social media would know me better through an Australian guy called Paul Jabor. Paul Jabor is a very good friend of mine who I met accidentally, but again because of Andrew LX, who introduced me to you in the first place.
Okay.
But that was how I got to know Paul Jabor, and he started a group called Love Thailand. Now, Love Thailand is now a private, independent business. It's nothing to do with either of us anymore. But some people might know us from a group called Hello Thailand, where I'm one of the administrators, but I'm not the group. The group is Paul Jabor.
Okay, you say some people. How many subscribers you got on there now? How many followers on there?
Followers, we've got 600,000 followers.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah,
So hang on, have a look at that. It's Hello Thailand.
Yeah, Hello Thailand. Our current membership is 268,000.
Wow.
We've been going for 10 months.
That's incredible.
9 months, sorry.
Great growth.
And our reach, social media reach, is 1.3 million.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I'll put a link down in the description anyway. Everyone can link into you there. Anyone who wants to have a look at that,
Very
they'll be able to
kind of you,
link
thank
in
you,
there.
Kev.
But you'll probably find all of my audience are already on there. But you never know, we might get a few for you, Rich.
Some of them are. I do see names in your group frequently that are names that I recognise from our previous group and the group that Paul and I run now. But it's always good to look at what other groups are doing.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I instigated, and I asked David Ozzie if he'd be interested, because he's in a similar position to me in your group.
Sure,
And David is a very nice guy, very competent as a moderator. And I said to him, would he be interested in knowing names of people that I banned from the group because they spoil the group,
He's told
because
me
their
that he
sole
put you past
intention is to
something.
spoil the group. And that's actually started to spread, and there are other groups, Expat Info, Udon, Thani, and groups like that are starting to pick up on other groups. Who were they getting rid of? Because the more of us that can get rid of the ones that nobody wants, the nicer all groups will be.
And that's what everyone
because
wants. They want something
in any group, what you want to be able to do is ask a question and get everybody's opinion on that. Doesn't matter if they disagree. There's just no need to be nasty or bitter about it.
That's right, yeah.
We can disagree without being angry
Absolutely
with each
right,
other.
Well, like I say, I'll put a link down in the description to your group, and I'm sure you'll get some more. I hope you'll get some more subscribers from that anyway.
I just joined your group, by the way.
Hang on a minute.
I just joined Hello Thailand. Okay.
Give us a bit of a. There you go. There's the group.
So approve me.
I think that what was really noticeable was there was a period where your group started to struggle, and it was getting the wrong kind of members in it, and who was helping you managing the group wasn't effective enough at getting the group under control. And I don't know if it's you or if it's David Ozzie.
Dave plays a big part in that,
I think it's
without a doubt.
David.
Oh, without a
It's
doubt.
noticeable that the Isam Farang is such a pleasant group to be a member of. And that was why I decided to rejoin the group and start posting in there again, because I knew that I could post something and not come under attack for it.
Beaten up, sure.
Yeah.
So, probably about 5 years ago we met, and then since then, back then you were still working in England, weren't you?
I was, yes.
I'll tell you what, just give us a little brief introduction as to how you met your wife. That was in England you met, wasn't it?
It was, yes. I first visited Thailand nearly 25 years ago. And it's the kind of place that a single guy would fall in love with very quick, or fall in love. On the second visit I made to Thailand, I met a young lady who wanted to see England, and she asked me if I could take her to the UK.
Okay.
So I did, and I also met this lady in the embassy in Bangkok when we were trying to arrange her visa. And the young lady in the embassy was showing photos of her husband in the UK, who she was trying to get her spouse visa. And she had this photo album open. I looked over her shoulder because I'm naturally a nosy kind of guy anyway. And I saw this fella and I said, he looks like a typical black country man.
Okay.
And she said...
Oh, for those who don't know, Black Country is a part of England.
The West Midlands.
West Midlands.
The
yeah,
West Midlands in the black... it's known as the Black Country.
Yeah.
And she said, no, he is from... And flipping through the papers, and she said, West Bromwich. She meant West Bromwich, which is in the heart of the Black Country.
Right, yeah,
So I said to her, give me his phone number. I'm going to call him when I get to the UK.
Yeah.
Now, her visa got approved, and I'm in the UK with a girlfriend, and I call the guy up, and he's a lovely man, Alan, and he said, let's go and have something to eat. So we went to a Thai restaurant, and the waitress who served us has never forgiven me for it, because later on I married her.
So you were at a Thai restaurant with your girlfriend?
Yeah, that was how we met. Yes.
And then that relationship fizzled out.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
that relationship didn't work out. But I mean, that was partially. I shoulder responsibility for that relationship. It just. I wasn't comfortable with a young lady around the house. She was miserable. She missed her mum and goodness. So in the end, I said, look, you belong in Thailand, and I sent her home.
But Wen was already living in England, and
she's already there working as a waitress.
When was that?
Oh, that was 2007.
Wow.
So
years ago.
18
Are you
years
still
ago.
with him?
She's still with me. Yeah, still puts up with me.
Congratulations.
So, so I went on holiday again to Thailand because I was a bit fed up because I've had a girlfriend around the house, and I thought, I need to go and have a break on my own. So I booked a holiday in Thailand, and when I got home, you know that feeling of euphoria you feel.
Yeah.
When you get on that plane to go home, you feel miserable.
Absolutely.
You just don't want to go home.
No.
And when you get to the UK, all you can think about is Thailand, and all you think about is Thai food and the beer and the ladies and everything else, the company. Because it doesn't matter what part of Thailand you're in, you could be in a restaurant in Udon, like where we are now, and just go and talk to one of the girls behind the bar.
Absolutely.
Or go and talk to the lady who owns the place.
And it's not about coming onto her, trying to
No,
get a
they will
just
talk to you.
General conversation.
They'll be nice, and that is such a pleasant thing to be able to do.
No, it is.
So when I was back in England, back in my flat, on my own, feeling sorry for myself.
Yep. It's all right, I'm just asking people to check something. That's all right, yeah? Okay, yeah, sorry.
This friend of mine, Alan, in West Bromwich by then, has his wife is now working in the restaurant with P1.
Wow.
And P1 is single.
Yeah.
And my friend's wife said, I want you to come to my birthday party. I want you to meet my friend. She's single.
Yeah.
And introduced me to P1. Well, when I came back from Thailand, I was feeling a bit fed up. I thought, I know what, I'll go out for a meal. I've got this mobile number. I'll call Wham and say, would you like to go out and have something to eat? And we've been together ever since that.
Just call.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I called her, I said, would you like to go for a meal? She said, are you sure? And I said, yeah, I'm sure. That's why I'm asking you. Just go for a nice night out. And we've been together ever since.
Fantastic.
That's more than 17 years.
Great
now we've been
story,
together.
And something we were talking about earlier. Listen, I'm going to jump ahead a bit. Okay, so you were working there. You were both working in England. You spent most of your time there. As you were getting closer towards retirement, and I felt for you. I could. Every time we messaged each other, every time we met and spoke, I could feel his pain. He wanted to be living here. You desperately wanted to get here, didn't you? But just tell me that thing. Now, I want you to say this before the battery runs out. I want you to say this. It's a little story that Rich just told me about building their house, and it's sort of like a way of pushing back against those people who talk about Thai ladies just taking the house, it's theirs, it's not yours. And just tell us your story about building your house, how it was funded, and you know what you was telling me just now.
Well, the thing that Kevin is mentioning was a comment I just made to him about who owns what property. And it's a favourite gripe of Farang men who don't own a property. They begrudge other people who do own a property. And their favourite thing to say is, well, it'll never be yours. You'll never own it. It's your wife's house, really. And what they don't realise is women, especially Thai ladies, when they get abroad, they see it as an opportunity. And what they focus on is finding employment, getting money, saving up money. And our house, we have a beautiful home. It's probably worth 5 or 6 million baht. Now, I'm not saying that to boast. I'm explaining that because that entire house was built and paid for by P1, not me. All I did was keep paying the bills and put food on the table for us. And P1 worked her socks off, morning, noon and night. She did shift work, night work, any work she could find, and she kept putting the money together so that she could build a house. So it is her house. But it doesn't matter that it's her house. It's my home.
That's right.
And that's what matters.
Yeah.
It's where your home is.
Yeah.
If what you're worried about and what you focus on is what happens if you get divorced, then perhaps you shouldn't be there in the first place.
Absolutely, there was something seriously wrong with
I
the
didn't
relationship.
marry my wife with a plan to what I'm going to do when we get divorced.
No.
My plan is I'm going to spend the rest of my life with her. And
Absolutely
if that is
right.
not your plan, then you're doing the wrong thing.
Well, that is a perfect way of putting it, because like you say, so many people are looking at the negatives all the time, and of course you get those negatives thrown at you from people who probably haven't even been to Thailand before. But it is what it is. But no, that's I just wanted you to tell that story, because it really encompasses the truth around the matter.
I think so, but you know, the flip side of that, in my opinion, Kevin, is that people also make the mistake of thinking that Thai women care about their family and they don't care about you. And it's not true. They care about everybody around them. But you will always be number one because you're their husband. So you're the person who matters most to them. So don't gripe about it. Help them with their life. Help them pay the bills. Help them look after their family. Because that's the most important thing you can do.
Of course, yeah.
And if that isn't what you want to do, then you love yourself, not them. You shouldn't be with
So
them.
well put, it really is. I'm pleased we've had this conversation. So, all right, so now you're here, full time.
Yeah,
And you're out of town a bit. How far away, roughly?
about 45 kilometres.
5 kilometres. You're okay being out in the sticks? You're okay with it?
Well, you know, sometimes people say to me, why did you choose Thailand? Well, I didn't. Thailand chose me.
Yeah, same here.
I have no choice about where my family are from. The village that we live in is where all of P1's family is. And they're my family now.
Yeah, and so that's where your home is.
So that's where my home is. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Why would anybody want to live somewhere where everybody is a complete stranger?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And also, something I mentioned to you, and you came back with a great answer about it, was that feeling when you first come here, you're leaving behind what you know, your income, you know that you can make X amount of money there. You come here. For you and me, it's a little bit different because I haven't got a pension yet, but you're in a position where you've got a bit of income from your pensions and things like that. But there's still that nervous transition, isn't there? It's like, is it going to be enough? Am I going to have enough to live here? And you know this place better than I do. You've been coming here much longer than I have. And so the finances of it, you should understand. But even so, it's still something that's at the back of your mind. Is everything going to be okay financially? You experience that when you come here.
Personally, I think it would be instinctive for any man who works in his own country and is planning to leave and go and live somewhere else. It would be instinctive for him, that fear of letting go.
Yeah.
I sometimes see people say things like, I'm going to keep my house in this country and I'm going to rent it out and live off the rent. Fine, it's just an income stream. But guys who think they're not going to sell everything and
So they've
move
got
to
a bolt hole.
Thailand. Why do you feel you need that foothold?
Yeah.
Is it because you're not entirely sure about where you're going? In which case, why are you bothering?
No, you've got to throw yourself in
Or
completely,
is
haven't
it?
you?
Yeah, and I think most people probably feel like me, Kevin, that they're scared of letting go.
Yeah.
I had a good job which paid a good income.
Yeah.
I don't need that income anymore, but I was still frightened of handing in my notice at work and saying I'm retiring now.
Yeah.
I was still afraid of selling up our home, and I sold literally everything, right down to the last knife and fork. I managed to sell.
Well done. I gave a lot of my stuff to Mark. Mark, if you're watching this, I hope you appreciate it.
You owe him money.
No, he's got to come over here. I want Mark to come here. He's got to give it away to someone else now.
Yeah, I think it needs 100% full-on commitment, and I think I knew I was going to commit to it because we ran into a slight difficulty with a building contractor we had who...
As we all do.
Everybody always only has horror stories to tell. Well, we have good stories to tell. We've had 3 really good builders, but we've had one builder who wasn't really on the ball.
Yeah.
And it was he was struggling for financial reasons, and he wasn't being particularly honest with us, and as a result he painted the house the wrong colour. He sent the electrician round, he hadn't been paid, so P1 had to pay the electrician to finish the work. That kind of thing was going on. And I said to Juan, I said, look, you stay here. We were only on holiday last March. I said, you stay here, I'll go back to the UK and I'm going to sell everything up.
Yeah.
It's time to retire, it's time to call it a day, and I'll see you in 8 or 9 months' time.
Yeah.
You know? And over that 8 or 9 months without her, I've been living with her for 17 years.
Yeah.
That 8 or 9 months, I'm sure P1 thoroughly enjoyed it. She had nobody snoring in the bed next to her. She had a very peaceful life.
It must have been difficult for both of you.
I was miserable.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated it being in the UK on my own.
Yeah.
We had a beautiful home there. We were very lucky. We had a bungalow that on the side of a very high up elevation on a hill that overlooked farmland and open fields and forests and whatnot in the Black Country.
Yeah.
We were very fortunate to live there, but it doesn't matter where you are if you're on your own. That person that you've been with for that many years, there's a massive chunk missing in your life.
Of course, yeah.
So it made it very easy for me to complete the commitment and just say,
Get
that's
out
it,
here,
I'm gone.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't leave with bitterness. I just knew where my life needed to be.
Sure, yeah. That's amazing. I'm so glad. I'm really pleased that we met up today.
Oh,
and,
thank you.
Rich had to come in and sort something out, immigration, and we managed to get together for a coffee. And I'm so pleased we did. We don't see that much of each other, but whenever we do, we're just off on one, and I'm surprised we've managed to remember to do a video. I usually forget. But no, I'm really glad, and I'm glad that you've managed to do a little video with us and explain some of those things to people, because those little words of wisdom, and they are words of wisdom, will help someone else who's thinking about the transition, maybe living here on the wrong kind of terms. It's surprising how it will help people out. So thanks, Rich.
Oh, thank you.
And it's lovely seeing the
Been an
two of you
absolute
too.
pleasure.
Thank you.
It's lovely to see you two again as well.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.